Documents for installation that are pretty crucial to have with you. Many programs have more than one station for you to visit. This is an example of a spreadsheet that shows, well, in this case, there are 31 stations, and it's got all the information, longitude, lat, name of the station, who the contact is, how many placards you need to place, any other things like window clings would be on here as well. So this is important to keep as your master. Another document that you will have on an installation is the install document. Now when you're taking photos, it's important that your first photo to start the sequence is of this. Try to get it so you have the account in there, Cricket Wireless in this case, San Francisco, and then the address. Our proof of performance department have to go through literally thousands of pictures, and if we have a set way of taking pictures, it makes their job a lot easier. We recommend that you start your photos with this shot so the address and the store name are visible. The other thing you do with this sheet is you fill in information, because you're out there to collect data too, because we may have buys that are asking if there's a fast food restaurant attached. In this case, there is not. If there is, say it's a McDonald's, you would put a Y and then McDonald's, and we'd put it in our database for future leasing information. Same thing with car wash, auto repair, diesel. The other thing, take a picture of the ice box. We need that as we wrap ice boxes with vinyl wrap, and that's an important part of our business to get that information. And then also at the end, list how many photos you took, because that helps us track it as well on the other end. That is the installation doc, or install doc for short. Another document that is needed on the installation is called the Leave Behind. Now the Leave Behind is basically an informational one-sheet that has instructions about the campaign, how it should be installed for the installers down below, and then above we usually put the campaign and what the period is for timing for the run with this contract. This one's for Family Dollar, and it shows the current artwork that we will be installing, and it also shows the cling, the added value cling that will go on the front door or window. This is important to leave behind, because after you leave, if a manager was not there and the clerk helped you, they'll have this to show them or the owner. And it has contact information on here. If anybody has any questions, they can call. So this is just a great tool to leave behind at the station for you. Okay, here's some of the tools for gas station installation. Need a scraper, preferably plastic. Sometimes you have to take old frames off and they're on with double-sided tape. And this gets the tape off down to as much as you can get without scratching the surface of the pump. Okay. You also want to have a cleaning solution so you can help get that residue off, along with a product similar to Goo Gone. You have to put this on, and it helps break down the sticky tackiness from the tape. It's very important that you also, along with this Goo Gone, the cleaner, have a rag, because the surface has to be clean and dry. Also, make sure that you have double-sided tape. Okay, I have some narrow, and I also have thicker tape. This would be very good for the bottom of a frame, a gas top frame, and this is good for credit card holders and the like. Also very important to have a tape measure, because as you get some placards, you may go up, and the placards that are provided from the lease notes may not be the right size. So it's important that you have a tape measure so you can actually pull the current ad that's in the frame, measure it, and give us the dimensions so we can actually have the correct size printed for that station and their frames. So tape measure, very important. Another thing is scissors. All of the placards are made in-house, and normally do a very good job of trimming the laminate edges on that. Sometimes you might have to modify it a little bit. Or if you have an odd size frame that calls for cutting off a ½ an inch, it's okay to do that just so you don't cut into the copy on the placard. Should have a screwdriver, always good to have that along. To have magnets, especially in a cold weather environment. What you can do with the magnets is when it's too cold for the tape to stick, when you're placing it on the pump or above the pump hanging, take a magnet like this, and here's one that I've already done. You take the white backing, you peel it back so you have enough tackiness, and in a warm environment like in your car or before you take off at your home, you can press that magnet on there. Okay, that sticks really well, but important, it's got to be warm. The tape has to be warm. And you put 2 on the frame. And then what you do in the cold weather, all you do is you go to the pump, and if it's a hanging pump like this, I already have the placard in there, you simply stick it up there like that. Works really well. And obviously if it's a pump top that you don't have to hang, you would put the ad in the other way, stick it in. It's also good to have a carpenter's knife or a blade of some kind to help cut the tape or cut anything else you might need to use while installing. So that's what you should have in your kit.
Good morning.
Good morning. Hi, Rick with AllOver Media. I'm here to install the campaign that we contracted with you.
Okay.
Here's the lead behind with information. If you have any questions, our number's on the bottom.
All right, awesome.
It's all tucked in really nice. Okay, I've installed this. Okay, I made sure that it's fully tucked in, that everything is right on there. If you look closely, you'll see that there's a credit card application here. At some stations, they'll put it right here. Well, this blocks out what we're trying to do. Our client doesn't really want their placards blocked, so wherever possible, we try to move it off to the side, which involves scraping. So what I'll do is I'll peel off what I can. So what we're going to do is we're going to take this and we're going to scrape it off. I'm doing it over the trash can. I'll probably put some Goo Gone on here and I'll clean it up. And then I'll place it back on. Okay, what I've done is I've retaped the bottom of this, but now I need to make sure that this surface is scraped clean as there's some tape residue. I want to make sure it's a little cooler out right now, the climate I'm in. So I'm going to make sure I get the tape off the bottom. And if it's really, really cold, you might have to do this in the car. Put this on the dashboard to make sure it stays really heated. So what I'm going to do is I don't want this to block, so I'm doing it off to the side as far as I can, but yet still in view for them to be able to take one of these credit card applications. Okay, I'll clean it up for them. Get everything out of the way. That's as far over as I can get it, but we can still clearly see the placard now. All over media placards, we put our logo, our website, and our 1-800 number, so owners can contact us at any time. The other thing is, there are numerous size placards for the different size frames you'll see around the country. This will be identified in the lower left-hand corner. In this case, this is a mobile placard. It may say Citgo on some, as that's a different size. 20 by 12 is the standard, also called a clip size. If you're ever in doubt as to what size, look down here. Now, as often happens, you will get to a station and you won't have the correct size because they put up something different from when the lease call was made. That's why you have the tape measure, so we can make sure that we have the right size. All right, this is a product that we installed. It's called a fill board. As you can see, it's got a lid where the ad actually puts in with the 3 holes. Okay, and that snaps down. Now, like the pump top frames, there are different sizes of fill boards. This is the boot on the bottom. This is a size A. There's also C's, D's, J's, K's, a variety. What we try to do is get that information before the install, but we also supply extras as nozzles can vary at one station. So it's basically this slides on, the top goes on, and then the lid goes on, and it snaps into place. Another thing, what we do, we always make sure that we place whatever ad is in the placard, we place it below in here. If there are 3 nozzles here, all 3 will get fill boards. In this case, there's only 1. We generally do not put them on the diesel handles. In this case, we put it on the one that's got the 3 gasolines. Sometimes along with the placards, added value items are placed on the contract. This is a window cling. It's either a low tack or a static cling. First of all, that we talk to the person inside about it, and we will place this on either the front door, the front window, or sometimes the client wants it on the cooler inside the store. In this case, we're going to put it on the window. One thing you need to do is make sure again that you have a clean surface. We're going to put it right here. So we're going to clean this up really nice, make sure it's dry. Now what you do is you get it, and there's a film on the back, so you have to get it started with your thumb and your nail, and you peel it back like this. You want to put it on there, line it up as best you can on that clean part. You get it started in the middle, and you work your way out, down, out, so their air bubbles don't get too trapped. Okay? And then of course you stand back, and because it's an item you're placing, you want to get a shot for a perspective shot for about 10 feet back. Get a shot of that on your digital camera, and then you're going to come up and you're going to get a close-up of it. It's important as an installer that you take a lot of photos. You take a long shot of the gas pump placard, a medium shot, and a close-up. Take a couple from each distance, because there's nothing worse than when you travel many miles to a gas station, you find out your pictures were blurry. At some stations, like an Exxon Mobil, they like to have their branding. It's required that they do that. So as an option, we can hang frames. And this is an example of a hanging frame. It's one of our 20 by 12 size, and in this case I put magnets on them. So what you do is you go above, you find the center, and you stick it up. Right now, this is the kind of shot you want after you've taken all your pictures, all your placards, any added value items like clings, nozzles. This is where you want to get the shot with the branding in there, the placards in, and anything else that you put up. This is the last shot you want to take. Hi, installation's complete. Do you have any questions?
Nope.
Okay, the sheet that I gave you earlier has our phone number on it.
Right.
If you lose that or misplace it, our 1-800 number is on every placard on the bottom black strip.
Okay.
So thanks for working with us, and we hope to see you soon.
Thank you.
Do not accept a refusal while you're at the station. Call us first. It doesn't make sense for you to have to travel and go back and forth, make a second trip, if we can get that station on board while you're there. If there's a change since leasing contacted the station, such as the station has been sold, they rebranded, and can no longer participate in ad campaigns, let us know that too, so we can try to get a replacement while you're out in the field. Oftentimes we lease close to the contracted amount of stations. Sometimes we try to get 1 or 2 extras, but that's not always the case. Please be in contact with the install manager or supervisor in that case, so we can make sure that you get the job done while you're out in the field. When you're finished with the installation, make sure you fill in all the paperwork, either scan it and email it, upload it to the FTP site, and also get all your photos in. We require that the photos come in daily if possible, so our proof of performance team can get that all sorted through, not in one big pile, but gradually. The information on where to upload the photos is in your install kit. Please follow that, and again, as always, if you have questions, please get a hold of one of us at AllOver Media, and we'll help you out.